Before writing your actual paper or even outlining your paper, you need to first come up with what your main idea is, what you're actually going to say, and you can do that best by writing a thesis statement. This will end up being the last sentence of your introduction. Before you write a thesis, you have to be able to understand the assignment, so hopefully you do at this point. If not, you can look over the expository essay directions. You are writing an informational paper about a professional topic of your choice. It should relate to some sort of profession or field, so it should relate to something that could affect you after high school, and this can be set up as a comparison contrast, problem solution, cause and effect, descriptive, or sequence writing. I will remind you that as a formal paper, you cannot use I, you, us, we, our, or any personal pronouns. So if that changes the way that you were going to set up your paper, know that now. Otherwise, once you've chosen a topic, you can write your thesis. Alright, so I'm looking at the paper for a full and final thesis. Full and final meaning it has everything it needs to have. So the components, same as the pledge, but your topics are different. You need a topic, an idea that is clear and concise, so this will be a professional topic. Your claim is what you're trying to say about it. Remember, this is not a persuasive paper. You are not persuading that one profession is better than another or that someone should become the profession that you're discussing. You're just informing your reader about it. And then 3 main points in order of strong, stronger to strongest. So this is what you are using to discuss your claim or to discuss your topic. So it's topic plus claim plus 3 main points equals full and final thesis. So for example, Ernest Hemingway's stories helped create a new prose style by employing extensive dialogue, shorter sentences, and strong Anglo-Saxon words. That's a great 1-sentence thesis. Notice the topic. That's just what the paper is about. Ernest Hemingway's stories. And then the claim is what you are saying about the topic. In this situation, that the stories helped create a new prose style. So that's what this person is informing us about. And then the 3 main points are how you are discussing the claim, how you're presenting the information specifically. And this person is discussing extensive dialogue, shorter sentences, and strong Anglo-Saxon words. Oh my goodness. Okay, so those will be the 3 body paragraphs in that order. So take a minute and pause the video and try to highlight the topic, claim, and 3 main points in example 2. So take a minute and try to do that on your own. Alright, so hopefully you have something like what's on my screen. Even with the best planning, however, tent camping can be an extremely frustrating experience due to uncontrolled factors such as bad weather, wildlife encounters, and equipment failures. So the paper is about tent camping. That's the topic. This person's trying to say that it can be extremely frustrating. That's more into opinion, which is more persuasive. So again, I urge you not to persuade, but it would be a fine persuasive thesis. And then due to, so proving that this person will discuss bad weather in 1 paragraph, wildlife encounters in another paragraph, and equipment failures in a 3rd. Alright, so that's everything you need. So if you scroll down to the 2nd page, now you can start writing your own. So we discussed when we did compare and contrast, sports analysts and professional athletes. So again, you can compare 2 things. So the claim could be something like, depending on a person's skill set and interests, being a analyst professional athlete can both be useful or interesting, I don't know, can both be valid jobs. Alright, so what we're saying about them, and then the main points that we talked about last week were something like the requirements, the responsibilities, and their life outside of work. Or you could say that some other way. Okay, so we have a topic, we have a claim, we have points. So I'm going to write this now as a full and final thesis. So you would say, I'm going to just pause it and write it. Alright, so altogether, depending on a person's skill set and interest, being a sports analyst or professional athlete can both be valid jobs due to their requirements, responsibilities, and life outside of work. So that's a great one-sentence main idea for the paper. I know that the paper is going to be comparing a sports analyst and professional athlete. I'm not arguing that one is better than the other. I say they're both valid, but I introduce the 3 body paragraphs, so I know that I'll talk about each of the requirements to be one, the education, the networking, a paragraph on the responsibilities, so what they actually do, and then a paragraph on life outside of work. I could have said that in a better way, but how having that job affects your home life or your family or what you do outside of your professional atmosphere. So it introduces all of that up, and I know my body paragraphs will be in this order: requirements, responsibilities, life outside of work. So that's a great place to start. And again, that would be the last sentence of my introduction. So go ahead now and write your thesis for this paper. I need to approve your thesis before you can continue with the writing process, because if you are arguing or if your points aren't clear enough, then your essay will not be correct or your essay will not be well written. So I want to check what you have before you continue. So go ahead and come up with your thesis and then submit it when you are done.